The Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra is finally here, and this is one of the first impressions with it in the wall, so a thumbs up from you all would be appreciated. It looks a lot like the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra, which looked a lot like the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. So not much of a design change. We still have that triple ring design with the boxed off edges, and the overall size and weight is also very similar to the S23 Ultra. However, there are some key updates. Firstly, as we've seen on many leaks and rumors, we now have a flat display. The Samsung Galaxy S Ultra devices have traditionally had curved displays, but these have been getting flatter and flatter each year, and this year Samsung has gone all out flat. Now, whether you like curved or flat displays comes down to your personal preference. I think curved displays look better, but flat displays are more practical, especially with the S Pen, and also they're easier to put screen protectors. On the other key update is a titanium frame, which has improved durability. Now it's really interesting how this has come just after the iPhone 15 Pro Max, although I'm sure Samsung has been working on it for a while, and if you look at the titanium gray and compare it to the natural titanium iPhone 15 Pro Max, then they look very, very similar in terms of the color and finish. Now there are 4 colors to pick from, they all called titanium. So we've got a titanium black, violet, gray, as well as a yellow. However, as always, there will be 3 exclusive colors available directly from Samsung.com, a blue, an orange, as well as a green. Now we still have an IP68 water and dust-resistant rating, and although the back is still Gorilla Glass Victus 2. We now have a brand new Gorilla Armor at the front. This is exclusive to the Galaxy S24 Ultra. This is supposed to reduce reflections by up to 75%. It's supposed to be 4 times more scratch resistant, and it's also made by up to 25% recycled materials. Now this will be interesting because my S23 Ultra, I used it without a screen protector, and it does have a few scratches on there after using it for a year. So I like to see how durable Gorilla Armor is in comparison. Now let's talk about the display. So we do have a beautiful 6.8-inch display. It's using dynamic AMOLED technology. We've got a punch hole on the front, which is now slightly smaller, and we've got slightly smaller bezels, as well Quad HD Plus resolution, so things are super sharp, and we have an adaptive refresh rate of up to 120 Hz. This is using LTPO4 technology, and that means it can go all the way down to 1 Hz when needed. So it is going to make it more efficient, but the key update that we have this year is the fact that this 24 Ultra now has a peak brightness of 2600 nits, which is quite a bit higher compared to the 1750 nits of the S23 Ultra. So not a massive upgrade for the display, but the S23 Ultra already had an amazing display. We still have the in-display ultrasonic fingerprint sensor, the 3D Sonic Gen 2. This hasn't really changed, but once again, this works absolutely fine. We've still got the enclosed S Pen. This works great low latency, and if it is something that you need in a device. The S24 Ultra is going to be one of the best for it, and for the battery size is actually exactly the same as what we had on the S23 Ultra 5000 mAh. Now in terms of battery life, obviously, I'm going to have to do some more testing, but considering we do have the new chipset, the 8 Gen 3, we might get better efficiency. In my experience of using this 23 Ultra for a year, I would say that it has very good battery life, and it still has lasted me for quite a while. Charging hasn't changed. We don't get a charge included out of the box, but it can support up to 45 watts of wired charging. It's going to give you around 50% in 20 minutes, and we have 15 watts of wireless charging supported as well. Now let's talk about the performance because things are very interesting. The good news is that we will be getting the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 for Galaxy across the board, regardless of where you get the S24 Ultra. Now, if you get the S24 or the S24 Plus, they will be powered by the Exynos 2400, but the S24 Ultra 8 Gen 3 across the board, and this is for Galaxy, so this does have a high clock speed. We've got 12 gigs of RAM as a base, 256, 512, or 1 terabyte of storage. We've got a 1.9 times larger vapor chamber with enhanced heat dissipation, so performance-wise, this is top of the line, and it's actually going to be slightly better compared to some of the competition because of that higher clock speed. Now, one of the reasons why we've got this hardware is because of all of the new software features. So we do have Android 14 with One UI 6.1 out the box. Now Samsung has promised 7 generations of Android OS updates. That is very impressive, and it kind of brings it in line with a Pixel device. Samsung has been really good with their updates recently, but the key focus has been on all of the new A features. Now let's talk about the cameras because there are a few changes here. The hardware for most of the cameras is quite similar. So we've got a 12 megapixels, f2.2 selfie camera, and we have a quad rear-facing camera setup. There's a 12 megapixel ultra-wide camera, a 200 megapixels primary camera, a 10 megapixels 3x optical zoom camera, and then we have a brand new periscope zoom camera. So this is now 50 megapixels, and it has 5x optical zoom. There's been a lot of debate about why have Samsung gone down to 5x optical zoom, but you have to remember that this is now a 50 megapixel camera. So the previous generation, the S23 Ultra, had a 10 megapixel periscope zoom camera. So with the 50 megapixel, Samsung is saying you're still going to be able to get 10 times lossless zoom, and it can still go up to 100 times now. We're going to be doing some Super S-style camera comparisons versus the iPhone 15 Pro Max firstly, and we're also going to compare the zoom of the S24 Ultra to the S23 Ultra. If you want to see those videos, first be sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you don't miss that. Now this new camera also has a large pixel size, so you will be able to get 160% more light, as well as 2 times wider OIS. This should make it better in low light, as well compared to the S23 Ultra. Now Samsung has really been talking about all of the AI features that this 24 Ultra offers. We have AI photo editing. So when you do take an image, you can just go onto it, and it's going to make some suggestions of edits, such as removing reflections or using some more advanced generative edit features, such as selecting a subject, making it smaller or bigger, rotating an image, and filling in the blanks using generative AI. Now we've seen similar things like Magic Editor on the Google Pixel 8 Pro, but it's nice to see that we now have these features on the S24 Ultra. Overall for video, we do have 8K up to 30 frames a second, and we have now 4K up to 120 frames a second. However, for 4K at 120 FPS, you will have to go into the Pro Video mode, and we also now have a new feature called Instant Slow-Mo, so you can take a regular video, and then you can just go in the gallery and then long press, and it's going to actually slow it down, and it's going to use AI to generate intermediate frames. Now I'm not sure how often I will use this, but it does seem to work pretty well. Finally, pricing and availability. So the S24 Ultra in the UK is going to start at the same price, £1,250. However, in the US, the price has gone up. So it's going to be starting at $1,299. Once again, you can get double the storage. So that is the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra incremental updates overall, but there are some key new updates, which I'm really looking forward to testing out. If you want to see my coverage as well as all the upcoming comparisons, then do subscribe and hit that bell icon. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. Thanks for watching. See you for the next time. Peace out.